What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello. Happy Town Hall Day. Happy Thursday. Happy Town Hall Day. I guess for some of you it is Friday morning, but we are back after a bit of a hiatus with, I guess we're rebranded now. We're no longer, we're the Triad now, right, Lorcas? With here with Tails or Sinister and Lorcas. How you guys doing?
Good. Doing okay. We're rebranded, I suppose, and we still don't have better artwork because I'm still bad at this.
Used to be the Trinity. Now we're the Triad. So, we had an interesting town hall. They shared quite a bit of information. I don't even know where you guys want to start, but I think it would actually be more interesting to start not with the town hall, but just how your Conclave Arcana experiences have been so far, and then we can get into a lot of the stuff at the town hall. They were kind of talking about a lot of stuff that is further out. But Lorcas, I believe you finished number 20 on the leaderboard. Tails, you and I talked a little bit about how your Conclave Arcana has been, our Conclave Arcana experience has been, and then you guys did a fun stream over the weekend as well. So I'm curious as to what's changed since. But I'll shoot it over to you first, Lorcas. How has it been for you?
A lot of fun. I mean, ripping packs is always a good time, right? So
yeah,
definitely have a good time. Opened a bunch of packs. We put almost all the pack openings on that stream. So if you want to see how the luck went, it's there. But I nearly have my gold foil deck, which is exciting. It took me a lot longer to get to a gold foil deck than previous sets, if I got there at all. So this was. I think it was nice to be able to pull gold foil cards. Hopefully it works out well for the economy.
Yeah, how's your black foil deck looking though? That's the hot topic these days.
I didn't shoot for black foils, but if I got a black foil, I basically I'm trying to dump my gold foils because I, unlike Matt, can't afford to just have an infinite amount of cards. So just decided to dump my gold foils for the most part. So I got, so I think it's pretty good. I don't know. I have almost all the commons in black foil, which I think is pretty good. I have several rares, and I think 2 or 3 epics. I didn't get any legendary black foils. I did get a regular foil and a gold foil Archmage Yabanius though, so got one of each. Did I freeze? Did After Sun freeze?
I think After Sun's frozen.
So did I just say something super disappointing, or is he frozen?
You've mesmerized him.
Sorry, guys. I mean, I'm literally hardwired in. I have no idea what's going on with my internet, or maybe it's just the laptop. But I wasn't having issues earlier, so we'll see if it's still an issue. If not, then I'll switch over to my phone or something. But I just missed the amazing story that you gave. No, I heard that you had almost all your commons in black foil.
Yeah, I have several rares. I didn't count a good, but if you want, I have. I think 3 epics, but maybe 2. I actually got a couple of black foil arcanes, a common.
Oh, nice. Okay.
An epic. I got no legendary black foils and no gold foil arcanes at all. But I did get a regular foil, one copy of a regular foil and a gold foil Archmage Yabanius.
Oh, nice. I gotta give a shout out to Chief Quimby's dad. I don't even know who that is, but they delegated me a Archmage Yaba, so I haven't had a chance to use it in battle yet. But I was like, I saw it in there, and I was like, I only opened 10 packs. There's no way that I got it, and I would have missed it. So I saw that they were delegating it, so I will try to put it to good use soon. Tails, how about you, man?
The regular foil to Rogue, so I'm curious if he's used it yet. But sorry, go ahead, Tails.
Yeah, no, I think it's been interesting. I've been dabbling in modern so far a little bit, trying to play with Rebellion and very, very few Conclave Arcana cards. I mean, it's kind of interesting because I feel like I spent a decent amount of money on Conclave Arcana, but I've been barely able to piece together a legendary set, and just with legendary cards by themselves, while they're very good, there's so many commons and rares that I also would like to have to be able to play effectively. So I'm kind of like MacGyvering it right now, kind of working with sticks and duct tape to try and build a team that can actually win matches. So it's interesting. It's fun, but yeah, I think my journey here is going to be a little bit probably different than most. I'm gonna probably see how I can, scrap and kind of claw to get to where I need to be and build my deck along the way. So we'll see.
Nice, man. Well, yeah, you and I got into quite a few topics earlier. I know you got some interesting videos coming out, so we'll save those topics for then. Just a quick reminder, guys. Well, actually, the reminder's already done, but the tournament started. We do have a tournament going on. There was actually quite a bit of people that signed up. We had 89 people sign up, although it looks like only 25 or so checked in. And we're currently
7 minutes late. I'm so bad at this. Like I even gave myself 1 DEC this week. Or is it 0 DEC? Was this the first one that it was free?
Might have been free.
They changed that for us.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool.
Free entry.
Don't want everyone to have to burn their 1 DEC. So
I mean, every burn DEC adds up. But
well,
no,
it doesn't actually burn. It comes to me, and I don't want your 1 DEC. I want you to actually keep it.
Well, it also just removes the friction for people that don't have any DEC or might be brand new to the game. So, we are currently in round 3 of 5. Here are the remaining folks. You got Keith Ray, Overpower 16, Art 575, Angst Gessner or Gegner, Xandroid 64, Bronze Forever, Ilwa, and Brother of. So best of luck. Yeah, I got a couple more rounds. So while we wait for this to finish, and then the rewards, what are we doing? Top 5 card delegation?
Yes. Okay. And then we have a few more than that we can give away or delegate away for whatever we want.
We can do on the stream.
I have 9 total.
Awesome. All right, so let's catch up on the chat here because a lot of folks came over from the Splinterlands Town Hall. So we got Keegs in the house. Blockchain Project says too much info from Town Hall to process so quickly. Keegs says got smoked in my early rounds. I didn't even show up, so you did better than me. Plato says he's live.
I actually thought this was way easier to process than most Town Halls because I'm used to watching them in 1.5 speed, and I watched this one live.
I'm used to watching them in 1.5 speed also. So I actually found something to do at 5:45. It started at 6 p.m. for me. And I was like, I'm going to do something now for the next 30 to 40 minutes. And then I'm going to jump in and catch up on 1.5 speed. Because the thing is, I'm just used to hearing Matt and Nate talk at that speed. And then as soon as it gets caught up, all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my God, they're talking too slow, which is normal for conversation. But I'm just used to listening to things much faster.
That's when you just need to go smoke some weed. And then everything will seem much faster, and it's great.
In real time. That's your IRL. That's your IRL speed button there. All right. Plato Zero says he's live. No more rebellion summoners for me. All right. William says good town hall. Definitely not a frown hall. Oh, how is this the first time we're hearing this? What? Oh my gosh. I've been here for almost 3-4 years of Splinterlands town halls, and there's been a fair share of them that have been or should have been categorized as frown halls. I'm sad that we're just learning this term today, but we have something for the future. Thank you, William. You have added value. Joffrey says only 1,000 pre-sale buyers. Jeez.
I thought that was pretty good. Is that bad?
I thought that's higher than what I would have expected.
I was gonna just ballpark 150. I was pessimistic, I suppose, but I thought 1,000 was good.
I think we have, including all of the folks like Joffrey who probably didn't participate in the pre-sale. Joffrey, let me know if you did. I think with all the folks from your Vugtis to the person who just still tunes into the live streams and is bearish on Splinterlands. I would say that we have no more than like 2,000 real people and 1,000 pre-sale. Even, and I'm sure some of those might have been like double accounts if they were trying to chase something on the leaderboard. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, I don't know, 600 to 800 real people. So
I think out of 2,000 seems really good.
Yeah, I mean, 600 to 800 real people in the game that's carrying this project is actually kind of amazing to me. Because here's the thing, right? Like, so because what Joffrey's trying to do right now is like look at this and say like, oh my god, this game is so dead, right? Like, there's nothing here and nobody's playing it. I understand, and I to a certain extent I agree, but the flip side of this is that if 600 to 800 people can carry this game, can you imagine if Dave McCoy is even a quarter as successful as what he's trying to be? Where he said he wants to bring in 2,000 players a month. I mean, if he can bring in 100 players a month, this game is going to change dramatically, right? Like 100 players that are at my level, maybe not at your level, Lorcas, but like, you know, people who are willing to spend a couple $100 on the game, check it out, try it out, slowly and steadily, like increase. I mean, hell, if we get 100 Lorcases or 100 Vuctuses, which isn't going to happen, obviously, but you know, you never know.
Yeah, Dave speaks my language. I like him.
Yep, he's been great. All right, Banana says, "Oh, I'm late. You started 111 seconds ago. Put us on 1.5 speed. Let me know how I sound." Ankh, what's going on? Bananas, I just smashed the like button. Oh wow, you beat Ankh to it. That's amazing, Bananas. I will always remember that. Thank you, Ankh. I knew you were gonna say it. All right, so what is your plan for Arcana After Sound? So I was thinking about going relatively heavy on packs, just for the pre-sale benefits, and then halfway through the pre-sale, I was like, you know what? Let me just hang on to some SPS for now. And so I was explaining this to Tails earlier. I have a decent amount of like liquid SPS that I'm just sitting on, and if SPS goes below a penny, I'll probably either convert that to DEC or convert it to credits, because I was going to buy packs, but at this point, I think that the cards that I want, which are probably going to be the summoners, as well as a lot of the common cards, which are quite good, I think they're going to be relatively cheap. And I'm the type of player where I don't need the collector stuff. I'd like a black foil, but I don't need it. Gold foils are cool, but I don't need it. I just want regular foils. And one of the things that I was talking about with Tails earlier is the fact that like with there being new foils, right? There's essentially 4 new foils. You got black. No, wait. Is it 3 new foils? So you got black. Yeah, black foils, and then the 2 different arcanes. Like, you have to imagine, like, there's the same amount of money that's like all valuing this. It hasn't really changed that much. So of course, like, these 3 new foils are the premium, and therefore like the value will shift towards them, which should actually drive the value of the regular foils down, and probably even the gold foils too. But I kind of talked about this a while back, where I thought that maybe we could get into a sweet spot scenario where black foils and arcanes end up being like the cards that are like premium value that everybody chases, and so therefore like it holds the value of the set high in aggregate, but then you also have a cheap entry point for people that just want to come in and play. And I'm just one of those people that wants to come in and play. And so I don't know what the set value is right now, but it would be awesome if, you know, gold foils maybe take like what regular foils used to be, and then regular foils, imagine if somebody could come in and instead of having to drop like, you know, $5,000 to $8,000 in the first couple of months, like if the regular foils actually drop down into something more manageable, right? Like $1,000 or $2,000 to play it at the max level. And again, I'm just throwing numbers out there, but my point is that like regular foils make it an easy entrance, and then like more hardcore players like yourself, like Tails, like other folks out there that want to chase the gold foils or the arcanes or the black foils, those options are there for you, and those are the cards that, you know, retain their value better just because they're higher up on the totem pole when it comes to rarity. So I don't know. That's
like
just
what you just said there. That's really, really interesting, and that would be a way to maintain set value and allow a lower entry point. But I guess what you just said is that if that works, starter packs are worthless.
I mean, we're seeing people buy starter packs right now, though, which I think is fascinating.
I know, but what you just said is that what we really want to see is those cards be pushed down in value, where commons and rares, regular foil, will be much lower than 20 cents a piece, and that we would be carrying the value in other foils. because for me, like a black foil is great. I'm not attempting to go target one, but for with my deck and my scholar, a black foil adds 20%, which a
Yeah.
gold foil only added 5%. Like that's great. I'm not
Mhm.
chasing them, but if they land in my lap, I'm certainly not throwing them away. So that's an interesting perspective that adding these could shift it so the regular foils actually drop substantially. I guess what I was thinking is that it could shift substantially for commons and rares. I guess I'm still not sure about regular foil epics and legendaries. With the way that the packs are pulling cards, I feel like those are potentially the place where they might actually relatively go up in price relative to some other sets because they're going to be underprinted
That could
relative
happen.
to
Yeah.
distributions that were there before. Epics always sucked, but they may suck even more, and legendaries might start to suck more too. It's my 2 cents.
No, I mean, look, neither of us know how this is going to shake out. I mean, we're only on day 3 here, so it's just
It was like week 7, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess yeah, if you're looking at it that way, but I guess when it comes to starter packs specifically, I didn't think that there would be any utility for starter packs until March of next year when everything was sold out. So the fact that people are buying them now is fascinating to me. But I agree that with your assessment that yes, this would essentially make them worthless. And I don't mind them being worthless for right now because they're inflationary, right? They don't add like value to the ecosystem in terms of scarcity. So if people want to go chase the arcanes, they want to go chase the black foils and gold foils with regular standard packs, that's great because we only have X amount of them. And then if we get to a point where we have, more players coming in, there's no more packs in the store, and they just want to be able to play, then those starter packs come in. But I think right now, to your point, we've actually had a lot of like I brought this up and then somebody even brought it up on the stream. I think it was Vet V. So shout out to Brandon. But it's just like every black foil that's pulled for a common card, for example, you have almost all your common and black foils. That's literally like every black foil is 80 packs that don't need to get opened, right? Because it's 400 BCX. So it's fascinating that because those 80 packs don't get opened.
Don't get rid of my regular foils. I just want to be clear on that.
No, I'm not saying that you do, but I'm saying that in order to get a maxed copy of a card, for example, right? And let's say you were just and you're let me not use you as an example. Let's say if I wanted to max out a card and I ended up getting a black foil, then 80 less packs would need to be open in order for me to like max that out. Because if I was going to go for the regular foil, right, then it would need to be 400 BCX, and those 400 BCX would need to come from somewhere. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. To me, it's like I really don't know how this whole thing is gonna shake out yet because it's still too new, and I think a lot of people are just acting and reacting because the market is fresh and highly volatile. But that's how it usually goes. We are gonna hit a lull period. Even Matt expects it, right, at some point. So I just don't know what people are chasing right now. And my plan. So to get back to Bitcoin 6 thing is I'm just gonna wait for things to die down. Right, I'm happy playing in Wild. I actually rented some summoners to play in Modern, so I'm just testing it out and using a couple energy here and there to see what it's like. But I don't mind giving it a month or two to see where things shape up at. But
the new set is fun. I haven't played in a while, and I got to play just a little bit with Tails on the Mav server, and it is quite fun. I still just like 3 rule sets, but it feels different.
It does add something. I miss the game-changing nature of tactics, but the bloodline stuff is interesting. So I still need to wrap my head around a little bit more. Tails, you got anything you wanted to add to that? I kind of went on a little tangent of stuff we had talked about earlier.
No, I mean, I think if you're savvy and you're doing the analysis, I think the path forward is pretty clear. And if you want to maximize, min max, but we'll see how things go. I think there's some challenges that we're gonna have to work through. And I know Dave mentioned that he wasn't concerned about it on the town hall today, but I think the jury's out on that still. I don't think I would just dismiss it that easily, but we'll see.
I
Well, yeah.
really
Sorry.
like that. I really like the conversation. No, I'm sorry. I step on you guys' toes all the time.
No, you're good, man. We're good.
Uh, the I am very curious if you end up with a scenario that drives the cost of gold foil down some, but maintains pack value through black foils and your arcanes for people that are collectors. And that we actually see regular foil drop some, but not a ton, because we're going to print less of them if people are all using these foils on fancy packs. I'm curious to see how it's going to play out. I would love to see what videos you put out about it, Tails. But I guess jury's still out is how I feel about it. There's some warning signs, but there's also some unknowns of the way this has been changed. So I'm hopeful.
Yeah, guys, keep an eye out because Tails has some really interesting insights and analysis he's been doing. So I'm sure he'll be dropping some videos soon. All right, Keeg says, I just did all my tournaments while listening, but yeah, non 1.75 is strange. Yeah, sometimes I go to 1.75 too. Banana says, I came on YouTube to watch the town hall, but y'all were on, so I'm here instead. I didn't see it yet. Oh, well, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, you missed a good one, but I'm sure you'll get to it. I actually want to listen to it again before I do my 5 biggest takeaways because I was kind of listening on the go. All right, Udo Wall Rabenstein. Okay, so Udo, I only do this because your name is fascinating and I would have remembered it from the past, so I think you're new here. So I'm going to do what I usually do. I'm going to ask, are you new to the channel? Are you new to the game, Splinterlands? Or are you new to the channel, or are you just new to hanging out on live streams and commenting? So whatever it is, welcome, because I don't think I've come across your name before. Asking, how will the cards be sorted out? The first take, and so on.
Yes, that is exactly it. Whoever wins, that's in the chat, will pick first, and the reality is almost no one ends up being in the chat that wins. So I end up just picking for people, and then we usually try to give away some in the chat too.
Yeah, and if you guys are in here, there is a link. It says Rebellion cards from this list that will take you to a Google Doc that shows the cards that are available. So let's see, are we in the semifinal? All right, so you got Ilwa, Xandroid, Angst, Ganger, and Overpower. Oh wait, never mind, we're in the finals already. Sweet. Okay, so let's do this just so we can get a head start. We already know Brother of and Xandroid and Overpower. If you guys are in the chat, let us know and take a look at that list, and we can get a head start on what it is that you guys want. Ilwa and Angst Gegner are gonna have first pick, but if you just want to throw it up there for us so we can get a head start. All right, Bitcoin Sig says 1,000 pre-sale buyers, but I did a group buy. I expect many others did as well. Oh, that's a good point, actually. I know a couple folks who were participating in group buys. See, I don't know. 2,000 feels like the right amount, like 1,500 to 2,000 players.
But did people that I guess I assumed the people that joined group buys still went and bought one by themselves for a raffle ticket, but maybe I'm wrong. I just kind of assumed that group buyers also bought one on their own. That's what I would have done.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I was also going to say in response, I forgot if it was in response to you or to Tails. To Tails' comment about the jury still being out on this, and Dave saying he's not worried. I think Dave's confidence stems from the fact that literally what he said on the town hall today, like he's going to stop at nothing to figure out what it's going to take to get 2,000 players into the ecosystem every month, whether that's a new game mode, whether it's free to play, whether it's whatever it is. I think that's just how he's looking at it. So he's not worried about how the pack mechanics are working at this point. Again, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be worried about it. I think he should absolutely be taking a closer look at it, but he's also very forward looking in that way, where he was brought on with, or at least for him, like the main thing is that he's coming on to bring in new players because that's what the ecosystem needs.
I think I would love to see what you say in your next videos, Tails. Like if what you say is that something is broken, we're early enough in this set that I hope that we can find a way to fix it without destroying value for future buyers or current ones. But if there's a problem, I hope that you point it out, because there's a lot of smart people, and finding a solution seems better than just letting a problem spiral.
I don't think there's necessarily a problem. I think there's just a resetting of expectations for certain valuations, and certain like fundamental things that we like. If you're a veteran Splinterlands player, you kind of just assume certain truths as far as cards go in the marketplace, and I think that is going to flip this set. Which I guess my takeaway would be, be on the lookout for information. But I think the takeaway is, if you think that Conclave Arcana is just going to be Rebellion 2.0, and everything that happened in Rebellion is going to be the same for Conclave Arcana, I would say that I would be cautious, because I don't think that's going to be anywhere near the case.
Yeah, I think what I'm heard from both you and Aftersound in this chat is that we should expect like how valuations work of cards to potentially change by the way this set has been released, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just going to be different.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because when Tails and I were talking earlier, like he was running through some of the stuff, and like in my head I was like, okay, this is interesting, but it's also not unexpected, because there's a massive amount of changes, right? Like we just talked about, they added 3 new foils, and that is going to do something to card values. It's just,
I mean, it should. Like if it does nothing, then our economy is truly broken.
Well, so not just 3 new foils, but like different pack types too, right? So the drop rates of things are different. So it's just like people who were chasing legendary packs, for example, like all of a sudden, if you're getting guaranteed legendaries, well, then there's like, you're only getting 4 other packs or 4 other cards in that pack. So I don't know. Like part of it is like, oh, people are getting starter packs, so maybe that offsets people buying legendary packs, right? Because like they're starting to fill up the rest of the cards that they would normally get. But I don't know. We'll see. All right. Keek says, always be at least $250 for the leaderboard prizes. Cost was, I think, $1,600, right? So 1.6 million to get top 250. That was significant. Banana says, I spent $3,600 on the presale, which is a lot of money for me. I'm excited about the game, and I don't understand the haters. There's always gonna be haters. It is what it is. TX Racer,
I'm classified as a hater half the time, so.
Bro, there's no way you got top 20 on the leaderboard and you're classified as a hater.
I don't know.
I think you are you bring a lot of passionate insights or passionate constructive criticism, we'll call it.
I'm not sure it's all even constructive, but
fair enough. You're right.
Anyway.
Yeah, you bring passionate criticism, but that's the difference. It's passionate. It comes from a place of love, man, or at least you just want to see the game succeed.
I do love this game.
All right. TX Racer. I don't know if I've seen your name here before. Same question for you. New to Splinterlands, new to the channel, or just new to live streams and commenting? Has anyone tried out the new player experience recently? I have not. No. I don't know how do we try that out?
You'd have to go make a new account and see how it goes.
Oh, okay. I have not then.
But I think part of that is just how easy is it to onboard money from different areas and regions. It's tough to know. I would say what I have tried recently is just before the set came out, going on to the MAV server, it was stark to me looking at the Splinterlands live server and MAV server, how different this update was, which also reminded me just how many changes we've seen over the last year. It's not, as I've said many times, what I wanted us to spend our time on, but it's gotten substantially better to use this game. Just using the collection screen and how you sort cards, there's so many things that you can and I actually choose to do from the Splinterlands interface that I used to use Peak Monsters for. I use Peak Monsters for a ton of stuff, don't get me wrong, but there's a few things that are actually convenient now to do inside the cards, the card collection screen, which is great. There's a long way to go on a lot of stuff, but I just felt like that was worth saying, that I don't know how it is to onboard as a new player, but the UI has gotten substantially better.
Yeah, and to your point, right? Like it's one of those things where these were small updates, quality of life changes that happened over the course of the past year, or we'll just say like 18 months since Matt took over. And like, yeah, in the moment, they didn't seem like much, and you probably just brushed over them in the release notes. But in aggregate, it's just like if somebody like left the game for a while, like the experience is completely different now, and it's much better, much smoother, much cleaner. All right, Onk says I bought more grain plots today. Nice. Skyer's here. What's up? Onk says I put max Goldfoil Epic CL cards on them. Nice. Ghostly says I bought 700 starter packs in the last 24 hours. Okay, Ghostly, you gotta expand on this. So what is the strategy here? Like, why did you do it, or is it the same thing that New Age was saying the last time, where you have your commons and not commons, your epics and legendaries maxed, and you just are chasing commons and rares? All right, Benes says I bought a few starter packs. I got very few summoners. I think if someone bought a ton of them, they'd make out okay. Again, if you're looking for like cards per dollar, you can't beat that, right? It's 5 cards per dollar versus the standard packs. All right, Bolt says, what's up? Ooh, I made it. Lorcus is here. Nice. You got a fan, Lorcus? So Onk says, I think the Rebellion set will be like Untamed, set in the New Modern. I think it already is, yeah. I saw the rental prices on those summoners way up. Max Lorcus is not even available. I looked to rent one and I was like, oh, sad. It's not even there.
Oh, man. Lorcus with Kellen Gaines right now is truly disgusting. If you don't have those cards, you should get those cards. They're like so broken in this current meta.
Yeah. All right. Banana says, I have a ton of Rebellion singles. I'm sitting on hope to sell at some point. Nice. Well, I think the card values are going up. Actually, I don't know. The rental values are going up because I was trying to rent stuff. I'm glad I got Nidhogger before the end of last season because it extended into this season. And then I looked at the Nidhogger price for rentals and it was like 4x what I paid for it. All right, Lorcus, how do you pull your blacks, says Bitcoin Sig? Standards, arcane, or legendary packs?
Yeah, we made a video about it. It's quite long because we talked about a bunch of stuff, but there is a video on Tails' channel. I opened 200 legendary packs with that stream, and 1900 arcane packs. I've since opened another 200 arcane packs.
Gotcha. Okay.
But almost all arcane, basically from what anecdotally and whatever data we can actually find, they seem to be the best. Arcane packs seem really, really, really powerful. If you wanted some valuable cards, or even better, maybe what we're talking about here is you wanted specifically a gold foil set. For me and for scholaring, it's very valuable for me to have a gold foil set because of tournaments. Gold foil cards allow play in tournaments that are more valuable, and that's attractive for people that want to play this game at the highest level. So that's why I target gold foil, and why arcane was just the no-brainer to begin with for me. But the way that the cards are pulling from it and the way that looks, the value looks, it seems like the way to go.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Bolt says, Whispers, did anyone ask about how much runway they got? A lot beat around the bush, or did they skip the question? I don't know. To me, this doesn't seem like an issue anymore, but if I had to do rough math, let's assume that they had enough runway to get to the launch of Conclave Arcana, which is today. They just pulled in another like 1.2 million. We'll round it up to 1.25. And we know that their burn rate is like 250,000 a month, right? Or at least that's what Matt was trying to get to. So they have 5 months of runway. Actually, this is going to sound like FUD because people will be like, they won't even make it to the end of the year. So they have whatever runway they had already, plus they just added another 5 months with the Conclave Arcana sale.
So if you think about that, there's chase cards and just like general hope that there's some new players coming in that will want to buy. Mm-hmm. If you double what happened in the pre-sale through the life of this set, you potentially have the team funded. That's kind of how it sounds with what you were saying, for a year until the next set.
Yes. So the way that I'm looking at it is they need about 3 million per year, right? If the burn rate is 250 per month, they need about 3 million per year. My guess is that between now and let's say the end of 2026, right? Just to make it nice and clean, they need 4.5 million. So they got 1.2 so far. They're going to continue selling packs. Let's say they double that amount, to your point, right? They get to 2.5, maybe 3 million. Whether there's another mini set, maybe they do another Hall of Legends type of thing, or promo cards. Actually, they're going to do this Yabba Matt Pickle thing, which we didn't even get into. Bananas, sorry to be a spoiler, but there's a couple of new cards. There's already going to be a promo card of it's literally called Yabba's Pickle. So yeah, I don't know. There's going to be other ways for them to earn some money through that.
Yeah, the pickles seemed fun. I had to grab a screenshot of it so that I could look closer later, but it was kind of fun. And I like the ideas about how they're planning to make it relatively non-painful for most people to get a copy to the level that they need, but also have a way to utilize land and burn resources to allow people to compete for the copies that are collectors or gold foil or whatever that may be.
Not just that, but the requirement to stake SPS, I think, is fantastic too, right? Because
it's just like Vruz, though. But like what didn't happen with Vruz is a way to like get people to burn a bunch more resources.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
To go for collector's versions. So it's a really great evolution of Vruz.
I agree. So now you're not just requiring the SPS stake, so you're gating how much can even be minted in the first place, right? How many BCX? But now we're burning like 150 DEC per BCX or credits, or I don't know if we're burning that. Maybe the team probably gets that as revenue. But either way, like that creates that demand there. And then for people that want like the high end quality black foil, gold foil arcanes, all of that, you'll have to buy raffle tickets and get a little crazy with it. It kind of, or the auction, in order to get and utilize a lot of the land stuff.
You can even buy raffle tickets. I guess they didn't say that. Like, you can make them on land, but do you have to use them yourself, or can you sell them? Like, to me, that's another interesting question. Like, it can create some other fun demand. So I love the idea of how they're using these other foils to create interest.
Are you guys still there or no? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. My power literally just flickered, so I'm surprised that you could still hear me, because I don't know how my router is still up. My computer literally just restarted. But my laptop, which I have no idea how this is still working. Okay. Well, that was interesting.
You're still with us.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, my computer literally just restarted, so that's fun. Let me hop back in here. Oh, see there, it just kicked off my display. All right. Well, let me manage this here. We got Joffrey saying, I bought another Max Mantaroth for like the third time. See, look, I mean, I can't even
too. Yeah.
I can't even classify Joffrey as a hater. He's another we'll call him passionate critique, right? Or criticizer.
So I feel like the haters actually left a while ago, and we still heard from them in Maps Chat, and removing Maps Chat was probably good. But people that show up to a stream, are they truly haters? Like they're literally spending time.
Joffrey. So Joffrey is one of my favorite commenters, just because he always brings the salt in just the way that I like it. So it's like
so good.
Because he brings up valid points, right? And it's like, either I'm just like, I agree with you, but I'm not worried about it, or I disagree with you because of XYZ reason. But I swear, he's spending more money than me in the game. So it's like, what can I even say, Joffrey? I mean, well done. I hope you enjoy your Max Mantaroth. I don't even have a Max Mantaroth, let alone multiple. All right, let's see if I can get signed.
A delegated Max Mantaroth. It's time.
Oh, me? Oh, you don't gotta do that, dude. I know. Oh, I guess survival mode is off for a little bit, so you got some extras.
I have lots of Mantaroths. I really like that card.
It's such a good card. See, this is my big issue, is that I've done a lot of training battles with the new cards, or with the new set. I am not like crazy about the promo cards. Like I don't gravitate towards them in the same way that like when Mantroth and Grimbardoon Smith first came out, I was like, oh, these cards are good, right?
I think
And like
you're
there's so
gonna
much
have
use.
to get excited about racial traits.
I'm learning a lot of the synergies of that, so I'm getting there slowly and steadily.
Not like I'm an expert, but that's what I think is pretty fun. That I think that whatever that trait is or whatever that skill is called, that lets them be any.
Yeah, the
race.
shape
It's
shift.
gonna be
I
fun.
think, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so we have a winner now. Ilwa is number 1, and Angst is number 2. Angst, you are here in the chat, I believe, right? Yep. Oh, this is cool. All right, well, thanks for stopping by. I was watching the live stream before I play Angst. All right, so you get second choice. Ilwa, if you're here, I know you've been on stream before. Let us know your top choice. All right. I'm hoping we get more tactics and the set after more bloodlines. Yep. What? They talked about expansion? Yeah, they did. Well, not expansion, but they have a lot of really interesting ideas. Even just like this Yaba's pickle thing kind of came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, this is fantastic as like yet another thing for land and getting people to stake SPS and getting, DEC volume up or DEC demand up. So I don't know. I feel like they really are kind of firing on all cylinders right now. And I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm really excited for the second half of 2025 from like a macro crypto level or crypto perspective. I think Bitcoin's at a place now where if it follows what it did in 2017, like I think from June to December of 2017, it went from 2,000 to 20,000. And I'm not saying we're going to do it 10x, but my point is that like everybody got super hyped after the election because of, they were expecting these crypto friendly policies. And then after the election, it was like, wait, we have to actually implement this stuff. And now we're slowly starting to do that. And you're seeing more Bitcoin treasury companies, more countries adopting it. So I think if Bitcoin, and we're literally like 4,000 or 5,000 away from Bitcoin all-time high. So I think if we do that, and now ETH is starting to follow, I think alt season could be right around the corner. Not financial advice, and I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm just here for the games. All right. Good evening, gentlemen. It says story time with friends. What's going on? Thanks for being here. Banana says, I've had a card for weeks from Lorcus from the last one where no one claimed. Well, Lorcus is a man of his word. It is until the next live stream, and we just have not streamed in a minute. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Mostly because I'm really bad at like actually creating the tournaments at a reasonable time in a reasonable way. So
I don't know. It's not your fault, man. We've all just been kind of all over the place, but it's exciting times now, so we'll make the time. Keek says that went fast. Very good point about group buys. And I really don't think many bought on multiple accounts by looking through the list. All right, fair enough.
I mean, you're normal suspects, but I don't think it was a ton.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot. I mean, and the thing is, only the top 250 would have done it. So I can imagine just a handful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cards are max level, the cards for prizes. We need to get more MTG people somehow. I see like all sorts of people into that. Isn't there another auto battler out there that would be closer in range? I think, was that you that delegated me a card? Thank you, Lucas.
You're welcome.
All right. TX Racer says the new matchmaking is a problem for new players 100%, but no one seems to give a crap. Go try it and be honest. This will help bring in new players.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I don't know what's broken about it, but I would be interested to know. I don't know that I'm interested enough to go try it out with no cards.
I mean,
but
I'll go
tell me.
Well, like, it's just that it takes a long time. I haven't had any issues. I mean, I've only played a couple of weeks. Well, okay, so if you're talking about where people are at right now, like for example, I should probably not even be in gold, right? I literally have 2 summoners from Rebellion. That's it. So like you can see, I've been losing a lot to try to like get down to where I belong, because people who have either maxed or close to max of either set really should be passing me because they have way more options. All right, so I don't think it's that. I'm not going to play a battle. Lorcus is critical, not a hater. Not SPL. Love your beds. Oh, thank you, TX Racer. Appreciate you. Keelan's also a monster with Nidhogger, who has gotten so much better with the new set. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we didn't change anything on Nidhogger. I think 7 mana like would have maybe been OP. Do we know how many extra Rebellion packs sold outside the pre-sale? We doubled it. So we sold about we almost hit the 500. It was like 493. And then by the end of the general sale, it was a little bit over 1 million. So a little bit more than double. Ghostly says, well, I need all the commons and rares basically, and the archons in particular have very low liquidity. I paid 700,000 DC for the packs and got cards currently worth 775. Oh, that's interesting. There's an arbitrage here right now because a lot of the lower or the common and rare cards are in high demand. If you can get the summoners, especially, like each of those summoners right now, each of those summoners right now is trading above a starter pack value, like $2, $1.87. That's
that was one of my very fun pulls, just so I can brag. I got a Black Foil Resi, and maybe one of my favorites. Yeah.
I did a, let's see if I can even show it to you guys so you don't think I'm lying. Not that I'd have any reason to, but I did a training. Oh yeah, here. I did a training with a poison rule set. I picked Razzie and a bunch of gnomes, and it was awesome because they all kept getting juiced every round. And I was like, oh, I get it. This card is awesome now. Cool. So that'll probably be the first summoner I go for. Which I'm surprised.
Is so cool.
It is, but I'm shocked that it's the cheapest one on the market. Look at this. Why are the other ones so much higher? Or maybe I haven't done my due diligence on their synergy.
I don't know. Maybe there's just one. I haven't looked at the depth. Gold foil is normally one of the higher ones.
All right. Banana says pickles are fun. Brandon says that I missed Lorcas's huge disappointment. In my opinion, that marketing announcement was weak. Actually, you did miss Lorcas's huge disappointment because he didn't have it today, or at least I don't know. I don't think so.
I'll just answer that one directly. It wasn't disappointing to me because my floor at this point for what I think that Blizz is capable of means that this was huge. So I guess it's just that we have different expectations at this point. I get what you're saying, but for me, it hit differently because I've reset what I think is possible from that man.
So TLDR, Lorcas has now set the bar so low that he can never be disappointed again. I agree though. Like the pivot on marketing was not great. I mean, I understand it because it's like
I don't hate it. So
they don't have unlimited.
I don't.
Yeah.
You are better at marketing than whoever they can hire after Sound. So that's what I don't hate about it. If they do this properly and use the people that we have here that actually know this game and care about it, it has the potential to not be total crap. But it was pretty exciting what the other people were saying. So I get both sides of that. But honestly, if we just do something smart, I'll be satisfied.
Well, I'm not great at marketing, but you know who's better than me? I'm going to give a shout out to Tails because Tails got a shout out during the live stream or the town hall from Dave. And I just found out about what he and Dave are working on. And obviously you can't probably go into it too much, Tails, but stuff like that just coming from the community is like, I don't know. That's what makes me excited about the project. I don't know if you want to share anything about that, Tails.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff should be coming there from a news standpoint, so stay tuned. But I think, obviously, I think we're all very excited about, Dave's position in the company and the passion that he brings to the game. I mean, he's been doing the rounds and been on all these live streams and with all the content creators and adding support where he can and answering questions. So you got to respect that. And I think the game's going in the right direction. And I think there's a lot more good things to come. So stay tuned.
Cool. All right. Banana says, I had to burn a lot of SPS. I had to get into Conclave Arcana. My hope is to make a lot of it back next year. I mean, that's the dream, right? So you're able to, whatever you invest into a set, you're able to re-earn that back in so that you could buy into the next set. And hopefully SPS continues to go up. Banana says, we had bad storms here. A whole butt tree fell down on my block. Luckily, it didn't hit any houses. Do I need to go to Urban Dictionary for this? What's a butt tree?
I don't know. I've been cutting down trees in my forest, and I don't know what a butt tree is.
All right, fair. We'll leave it there, Bananas. I'm afraid to look it up now. Riff Summoner says, "What's up? Good to see you, Riff Summoner. I think you beat me earlier, Riff Summoner. GG's." TX Racer says, "Feel free to call me a hater. Go do it on chain." Elven Executor is crazy strong. How are you a hater though, TX Racer? You can't be. Liberty Guy says, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late for the stream." You're not forgiven. Guys, you don't have to apologize for being late to the stream. But I guess it means the world to me that you want to be here on time. Thank you just for being here, Liberty Guy. We're having fun. Udo says, "Yes. If it is free, I take Lorcas. If not, then I can't." All right. So number 2 wants Lorcas first. If not, then he'll take a cane.
Okay.
This is angst. Did we get anybody else? I didn't see any other comments. All right. Here are your top 5 winners, guys. I think the next couple ones we should do, because this was like alpha beta, we should probably just focus on modern for a bit. People acclimated to it. So Ilwa,
I made this too long ago to realize the date.
Oh no, you're fine. Ilwa, Angst, Overpowers, Android, and Brother of. If you guys are in the chat, claim your card, your delegation for at least a week. Or I don't know if it's at least, but around a week. All right, Keek says, "Why don't you do next week's tournament now?"
Because we haven't figured out if we can all be here at this time. And then when it's multiple weeks out and I pick the wrong date and pick the wrong format, it goes poorly.
Nah, it's fine. We'll see. Actually, you know what? Hold on, kind of looking ahead because I'm going to be traveling in a little bit. But next week, I think I should be good. Oh, wait, hold up. Wait, okay, so I'm going to ask, because I need to ask you guys this, if you want to join me. Next week, next Thursday is Bitcoin Pizza Day. So I was going to live stream and have pizza on stream. We can combine that with a tournament and a Triad thing if you want, but then you're going to have to eat pizza with me.
I will ask Julie to make me a pizza.
What's that?
I'll ask my partner to make me a pizza.
Oh, all right, there you go. See, then
It's fine.
As
long as I don't have to make the pizza.
Well, actually, it'd be good for me to just not scarf it alone on stream. So yeah, we can do next week because I was planning to stream anyway for that.
Okay.
TX Race says, "Can I share a post or look me up on Peak D?" Let me know your
hater post.
Yeah, hold on. I want to go upload a hater post. What's your IGN or Hive thing so we can look it up? Level 1 versus level 8 in bronze. Razzie Lucky destroys low mana battles. Yeah, dude, Death has so many low mana cards, or even just like Little League is good.
Just every card, like Death is so ridiculously powerful right now. Like Death is a great splinter at the moment. Those cards are awesome.
Joffrey says, "Who said put up stickers? What are we talking about? What stickers?" Tails, let's hear it. No, you gotta wait. Tails is gonna share all the good news very soon. He's been working on something that is actually really, really exciting, and I don't know how we did not have this sooner or how it wasn't implemented sooner. But also, I guess I didn't realize you could do something like that, which is really cool. So this is why Tails is better marketed than most other people.
Tails is a very smart man. He's got all sorts of skills.
Tails is a very smart man. Tails, you're just gonna stay silent while we keep on.
I mean, if we're just gonna keep say how great he is, why wouldn't he just stay silent?
Why would he interrupt us, right? Let them keep talking. All right, so Brandon says, "This goes back to our Monster Map show a while back. The best products, with quotes on that, don't always win. Those marketed and sold best win, i.e. Hive blockchain itself. We need marketing success." I agree.
Oh.
Whole butt is the way to say whole ass without. Okay, so you said a whole ass tree. So what's an ass tree? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Bitcoin Pizza Day. Yes, indeed. All right, everybody's got to have pizza with me on stream next week. Come on. I mean, listeners too, not just the people on. I get some pizza for that. All right. I put up a poll, and I think you guys voted for New York. Clearly, you hate that I'm from Chicago. But that's okay because I think eating a deep dish would probably be too
But now
loud.
the Pope is from
So-
Chicago, so we're good to go.
So what you have to do after Son, you know that Malnati's delivers, right? To
Oh, I'd have to order it like now so that they can deliver it on
Yes.
time.
you gotta order it now, and you gotta make sure you put it in the oven well in advance of the stream, and we want to see you eat like 5,000 calories on stream.
Yo, I can put down half a deep dish, half a large deep dish. At least
It's impressive.
in my heyday, I could put down half a large deep dish. I could probably do a little bit more. All right, so here were the results: 46% Chicago deep dish. Okay, so never mind. I guess Chicago did win, and then 39% New York style thin, and then 15% were something else. And I don't think I got a good something else. Ghostly BG told me to eat a ribeye, which I mean, I'll do that the day after to get back on carnivore. But Druid's Blood says, if I remember, it was his daughter's birthday, and he bought 2 pizzas. Oh no, he made 2 trades. Okay, never mind. I was like, I'm not gonna eat 2 pizzas. All right.
Deep dish
Well-
pizza. And look, if I can eat 2 slices, that stuff is intense.
Dude, I'm gonna have to go for like the most epic run and work out that day just to prepare. I don't like. I mean, I don't think I can order loose. Actually, I'll check it out and see. I was hoping you guys would do thin crust because then I could get something interesting from around here.
I
LMAO,
won't
that's
be
cool.
ordering it because there's no pizza place.
Pizza place
open
around you.
in like 30 miles that's open not on the weekend. So I have to wait for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday or Monday to get pizza. On Thursday, I've got to make it myself or get my partner to.
I'm just a little worried about messing up the pizza myself. I mean, I know I just gotta throw it in the oven, but
Oh no, she'll make it from scratch. She's gonna do the whole thing.
oh no, I'm sure your partner's pizza making abilities are fantastic. I said I'm worried about my abilities to take a pre-made pizza and put it in the oven.
Come on, are you serious? Are you that much of a bachelor after Son?
You do have to remove the plastic and the cardboard. So
No, I'm not that one. I actually use my oven all the time, so no, I'm not worried. I don't. Well, we'll see. I do miss Lumalnati, so maybe we'll have to support some Chicago pizza. All right, I am TX Racer. All right, cool. I suggested the stickers. Wait, Mega Marcus, I missed your previous message about the stickers.
Yeah, me too.
I did not see that come through.
Town hall. Next message. Go down.
Oh, Town Hall. Someone asked for stickers to market the game. Oh,
Yeah, okay. So that's what we were missing is it was related to the town hall chat, and I missed the stickers for the town hall too. I
Man.
must have not been paying attention.
I'll be honest. If I saw a random Splinterlands sticker out somewhere, I think I'd be like, "Yo, this is crazy." There's somebody else in Texas that plays this. Great, and it's not Azricon.
I need a trucker hat that I can like go cut my trees in, and then like
There you
somebody
go.
can be like, "What is on your hat?" It doesn't say John Deere, and I can tell them about Splinterlands.
There you go. See, yeah, I could use some Splinterlands merch. All right, Bitcoin 6 says, so I think there was a mention of Twitch drop rewards. Yeah, so that's what Dave said he was working on with Tails, and you guys should be getting more info about that soon. Ghostly BG. Oh yeah, about the steak. Keek says, I gotta make my own.
Pizza. Otherwise,
Oh,
it'd be
okay.
cold.
It'd
Yeah.
be cold
Yeah.
by the time.
Yeah, it's true. I could go buy a pizza, but it would be super cold.
Man, all right. I guess I got to look into it tonight and order. All right, Brandon says I should get a sub sandwich calling back to my SPS sub sandwich day in 2022. All right. Well, don't do it next Thursday. That's pizza day. Someone told me to make
I don't know about your sub sandwich day. I'm gonna have to look this up now.
someone told me to make a pizza last time, or like a carnivore pizza. But no, if I'm gonna have pizza, I'm gonna enjoy myself.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
You're gonna enjoy yourself?
Oh, like I'm not gonna make like a healthy pizza. If I'm gonna have if I'm gonna have pizza, I'm gonna like have a good one. Bitcoin says, do you think Twitch drops will be tradable or will they be soulbound? I don't know the details yet. Tails will probably share that at some point when it's relevant. Just cheese. Everyone knows the rules.
I do not know the rules. Just to be clear.
Yeah, just cheese sounds boring. If you've never had garlic on deep dish pizza, that's the way to go. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's just like garlic bread. Pickles and pizza with aftersound and Triad. I don't think I'm gonna do pickles. I'll save that for. Oh my gosh! You know what? One day I'm gonna do a live in-person stream with Matt, and we will eat pickles and pizza.
I have a glass pickle.
What?
I love that finally got Tails to talk.
Yeah.
What's a glass pickle? Because usually my head went somewhere else, but okay.
It's a pickle made of glass. There's it was handmade by an artist that made them for a group that pickles were part of the iconography. But yeah, I have a glass pickle hand blown that's in a glass jar. I can show it to you if you would like to see.
I mean, is this going to be safe for the stream?
Very much so.
Go for it. All right, while he's gone, let's catch up on the chat. Yeah, don't do carnivore pizza, don't do keto ice cream, just do the real thing once. All right. I mean, I was going to get real pizza. I just don't know if I'm going to order from Chicago. There are a couple of Chicago-style deep dish places here, so if the Luminati's, but it's not Luminati's. I know, Tails, you're going to be disappointed. All right, hold on.
I think they do like 2-day delivery.
Oh, it's like green.
It's a pickle, yeah. What color would it be? What color did you want this pickle to be?
I don't know, but that's...
But it's extremely thick, so it's quite heavy, but so it won't break. But it's got a pickle in its pickle jar.
Fascinating.
With all of my weird internet stuff, along with my 2 plushies from Splinterlands.
Oh, plushies! That was the last marketing effort that we had. Plushies.
Those are great. How many
people did those plushies bring into the game?
0.
But they made you think about the game every time you reach for them, right? See them. All right, title for tomorrow. I don't know what that means, Bolts. Oh, pickles and pizza. All right, Brand says a pizza, 1 bite. Everybody knows the rules.
Man,
watch, it's a water pipe.
A water pipe would have cost me way more money. This is a free gift.
That's Brandon reminding me that pickles are green. Yes, I know. I didn't know they made glass pickles. That's all I'll say. That is an impressive pickle, Lorcas.
I don't think they make glass pickles. This is something you can go buy. Like a man made like 30 of these by hand. So I don't think you can go buy a glass pickle, but maybe you can. I don't know.
I mean, hey, the internet's undefeated right now, so I'm sure I can find a glass pickle if I really want it.
There's a lot of glass blowers looking for work, but you can.
I mean, wasn't there like something crazy? Some woman sold like her fart in a jar, and some dude bought it for a stupid amount of money. So if that's possible, I guarantee I can find a glass pickle somewhere. I bet Clayboy will glaze over Lorca's glass pickle.
Okay.
Yeah, Clay's got a thing for pickles. Sorry, Clay. I just, this whole the like as soon as Yaba's pickle card comes out, I mean, if you thought the PP innuendo was bad, I think Yaba's pickle is going to be even worse.
I really wanted a pickle Rooney because I also think it was the best weapon you could have. Mostly because pickles are disgusting and everyone should run away from a pickle. But also it's just fun. But I enjoy the pickle fun.
Matt was literally on stream and he's just like, my family plays this game.
I did notice that. It's like, way to take it there. You could have just
I know, it's like
just innuendo for a while.
Yeah. Posted on Discord. Yeah, did a search. Glass pickle pipes are a thing. Okay. And then Vet, you just sent me something. Quick, only 4 left. Oh, on Etsy. Oh boy. It says hand blown glass Christmas pickle. Let's see. Let's hope this
What is a
does
Christmas pickle?
well, you know,
Okay,
when you're
find out right here.
Oh my gosh, that looks very
you can hang it
familiar
from your
actually.
tree.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's nice. I don't want it, but it is nice.
It's only $28. Well,
so do we have anybody else that has said what card they want, or am I just assigning?
I think you should just start assigning because it's already past 9 for me, and I'm tired.
We got 4 cards that we can just do something with. If you have anybody that, if you want to deal with that. If not, we can also go. That's also good.
I think that account Sinister needs Fizbo.
Oh yeah, give Tails something. Tails deserves it, man. He's been working on some cool stuff. So we have 3 other cards.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just do the Price is Right kind of guessing game again with everybody here. All right. So we'll do. What did we do last time? Number between 1 and 100.
Yeah.
And here I'll type the number. All right. So post your guesses. Number between 1 and 100. And I just put this in our private chat so Tails and Lorcus can back me up. Even though, like, I don't know, it's not like I'm playing favorites with you guys anyway. So I knew this would be it. I knew you guys would all guess that.
And no one can pick favorites by their children, right?
Yeah. All right, we'll give it another minute for all of these crazy numbers to come in. Any all right, so Udo, did you get one already? Did you get your Lorcus?
Wait, who asked who what?
So did you send something to Onks? He was number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you got something already, then I'm gonna exclude you from this, Onks, because you've proved your medal in the arena. You don't need free handouts like all these other bums. But congratulations on getting second place. I hope Lorcus. Oh wait, what did you get?
Yeah, Lorcus.
Oh, he got Lorcus. Oh, okay. All right, you should have a Lorcus already. All right, we'll wrap up.
Not playable for like 2 hours because of cooldown, but yeah.
That's all right. You should have it for at least a week. Tails, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, maybe one last question. Do you think we hit the peak value for Midnight Potions and it's all downhill from here? Or do you think it can stabilize and still do more?
It will stabilize. I don't know about more, but I think it will stabilize just because it costs resources to make them. I think people will potentially sell them for under what it costs to make them, but there's definitely a floor, and it's not 0.
Yeah, I'd say I think the market values them at around like this 6 to 8 cent range. Now that doesn't mean that they'll always be there. I think what makes this fun is the fact that land is dynamic, right? So maybe people will scale back their aura production and you might get a spike in price, which will make people turn it back on, right? Because we're going to have it for the conflicts and this Yabba card, I think. Or
they just told us that we need aura to like do the bidding for
for the bidding
promo. So like,
yeah,
aura, you should keep your aura on, even if you're not making midnight potions.
Yeah, and I think
so
this is
the
key point is right now everyone's got their Aura Labs creating midnight potions, right? Because that's the only thing you can create with it. But once these raffle tickets go online for these exclusive kind of cards, right? How much production gets allocated there and what happens to the demand versus the supply of midnight potions will be interesting. The other thing to look at is, I don't think anyone's really talked about this either, but to get those Aura Lab permits, it's like 10,000 research.
Yeah.
And unless you farmed research previously in land,
You just
getting
can't have them right
10,000
now.
research is
That could take a while.
significant
Time.
effort. Yeah.
It takes time. Yep.
My question is, Matt kind of dropped this. I don't think the rest of the team was expecting it because they didn't announce it, but I think he called it the Phoenix Ash potions,
Mhm.
right? For revival. So my question is, will that require a separate permit as well as a separate work site?
No, they basically just told us that they don't want to proliferate a bunch of different new base materials right now. So we should expect what I read out of the comments they made is that we should expect for everything to be based on Aura and the other 3-4 resources right now, and that they might add more in the future, but the goal isn't to just make a ton of them, which I think is very smart. Like, I don't want 6 million new tokens. So I don't mind making more as the need arises, but it sounds like in the near term they're planning on using Aurora.
So it'll probably be the same price or same, because they have to keep a lot of the ratios the same. So it might end up being the same price for these revival potions as well. It's just when you go to make them, you can use all the same ingredients.
Yeah, I would expect that if it's based on Aura, that if they decide that they should have more potions, you could easily scale how much Aura goes into it. But keeping Aura as the base currency seems like their plan at the moment, which makes sense to me.
Yeah. All right, so we're doing Price is Right rules, which I don't even know why I said that in the first place. I hate Price is Right rules, but
but you've said it and it's over.
I know I said, but you know what? That actually gives us 3 clean winners. My number was 65, so I believe we have Mega Marcus at 48, Bananas at 37, and Paul Taylor at 21. I messed up. I should have told you guys to put your IGN with the numbers. So Bananas, Paul Taylor, and Mega Marcus, throw your IGN in the chat, please. I think I might even be able to find it, but I'm lazy. I don't want to. So just throw it in the chat. Tournament time. William bought the plushies too. Let's go. Maybe more when other land utilities. In a few months, will the new rewards be able to be used? Midnight potions? I hope so. I don't know what that's going to look like, but my guess is that the new reward cards will have something in them as well for midnight potions.
They said the promos would. So if they're planning to push it like that, it seems like it should also be in reward cards in some way too. But maybe they have a different idea. But they're clearly thinking about using them in multiple places to keep the demand up, which also makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think they should have other sites as long as they can coincide with Land 2.0. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded. Like, I think there's too much research inflation, so I wouldn't mind another work site and another resource. I know that goes against Lorcus, but at this point, I think Land has the potential to run away with being too inflationary.
Right now, you already need to choose between, at least from my perspective, you're choosing between SPS, Research, or Aura on your premium plots.
Yeah,
which is not nothing. Like it was that everything was green and you did something else. But that's not true anymore. So to me, we already have 3 choices being made. And SPS, if you want to cash out, is potentially your option. I don't see people making a lot of SPS that want to keep it from land unless they just have an absolute enormous amount. Research people are doing because they expect there to be other uses in the future, and also it's unrelated to building permits from the Secret of Victoria perspective. So that's the reason that I'm saying I hope they don't make a bunch more tokens, because to me you're adding now a 4th place to use your premium land on, and that's a lot of choices to make without having a lot of insight on how the system is going to work going forward. So that's why I like it the way it is.
I like making it tough for people, but that's just me. But yeah, I mean, keeping it simple is probably not a bad idea. We could probably get it a lot sooner than 2. All right, see, Keeks, this is why I don't like Price is Right rules, because, like, yes, you technically should have won, right? You were the closest to it, 68, and I had 65. But the rule with Price is Right is it's the closest that doesn't go over. But here, you know what?
None of us know why he made this choice. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why I made the choice, but now I feel bad. So Keegs,
no, you don't. No, I got another card.
You got another card. I was gonna send him some DEC.
No, I got this. I got you.
Because Keegs is always here supporting the channel. All right, Keegs, look, we got love for you, man. Enjoy whatever he's got. Warranty RX. Okay, so I think we got everybody to comment. Thank you guys for being so prompt and
So there was Marcus
Three
and
E's.
Paul.
Yeah. So here,
Okay.
Keegs, Warranty X, Mega Marcus, and then wait, there's supposed to be one more.
Yeah.
Oh, Bananas. Aren't you like Sharky Monsters or Shark Monsters?
Yeah.
Bananas, don't get quiet now. You've been chatting the whole time.
I think it's a Shark Monsters. I think that's right.
All right. Smash the like button. Thanks, Supreme Victory Studios. I can make 3D prints of cards. How's that for marketing? Let's do it. Geek says, I farm SPS from land to grow my stash. It's a good way to earn it alongside Wild. And I have no idea about Price is Right. I know the rules for future, but hopefully no Price is Right in the future. Yeah, I won't say dumb things without thinking first in the future. Actually, you know what? I cannot make that promise. I probably will say dumb things, but I'll try not to do Price is Right anymore because I hate Price is Right rules. All right, Shark Monsters. Sweet. All right. Tails, give his final thoughts. Lorcas, what about you? Any last thoughts before we hop off?
I don't have any thoughts, much less last ones.
All right. Well, I'll take that. Let's see. Koliki says, has anyone tried Cavewise followed by Venka in Enraged rule set? I don't have cards for it. It seems like a broken start. Who's Cavewise? Is that?
It's one of the new cards. I
okay.
Can't remember the stats. I got to go pull it up.
I've only done 3 of like my analysis into the different, what's that called, elements. So I'll get through them soon.
Yeah, if you did that with you, so assuming you could get Painforge onto Venka, that could be really interesting. I guess I'm not sure if you can get Painforge onto Venka. As you fall under.
Maybe there'll be a tactic summoner at some point in the future.
Well, there's a summoner that you can get Painforge, but you need to be a golem, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe Venka's a golem.
Oh no, it's a gnome, right? That's the death one.
Oh no, yeah, and he's an orc, yeah. So that problem, I don't think that would work, but yeah, Venka is still gross as crap with Conclave Arcana.
Oh.
Definitely didn't lose any power.
Ambushed and pings Venka into Enraged. Oh, nice, yeah, Scar.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't realize it was for delegation. Oh, Paul says I didn't realize it was for a delegation. Feel free to delegate the card to someone else. Oh, well, I mean, you can use it, Paul. He was born TRX. All right. Well, I'm actually going to listen to the town hall again because I think there was a lot of really good stuff in there. So hopefully I'll get 5 biggest takeaways out sometime tomorrow afternoon. But thanks for hanging out, guys. Lorcas, thank you for setting up the tournament. Tails, thanks for all of your awesome insights and analysis. Guys, I'm not kidding. Tails has actually been looking at a lot of really interesting things. He's also been working on something really cool with Dave. So I hope you're able to hear about it soon. That's all I'll say. Venka was super OP in testing. I think she might have gotten better. Venka is my bae. All right, cool. All right, we good? Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys.
Is it G? I gotta go look this up. All right, thanks.
You just blew Lorcas's mind with that comment. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day, night, whatever time it is. We'll catch y'all soon, and plan to be here next week with a slice of pizza. I will have a whole one. I mean, I'm gonna have a whole one in front of me. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it, but it'll be a good time. Bitcoin Pizza Day, May 22nd. Peace.